Welcoming guys into my NFL Week 13. Welcome to my NFL Week 13 review. We start off with the Thursday night game. We had the Packers travel to my Detroit Lions for Thanksgiving Day. And ultimately it was a total disaster for the Lions' point of view here. Michael Parsons was getting at Jared Goff, and now the defense of the Packers were really getting at the Lions all game. Devontae Wicks had two touchdowns, and two touchdowns, and Christian Watson got in on the action to ultimately make it 31-24 to the Packers. And yeah, it was a good day for the fucking Chiefs at Thanksgiving Day. Switching on to the Switching on to the second Thanksgiving Day game, we had the Chiefs travel to those Cowboys, and I don't know why I went for the Chiefs on this one, but ultimately the Cowboys got a great win again. And you got to look at the Cowboys. Recently, the last 3 weeks, they've beaten two of the last two reigning defending Super Bowl champions, the Chiefs and the Eagles. And and you got to think obviously what's happened to them recently with the team with Moshan, unfortunately taking his own life. That that him, the spirit around, that his spirit has really gotten the team together, and yeah, they've been really good. Devontae Williams, and another great performance from Dak Prescott. A lot of people saying, is it an MVP year for him this year? I don't know about that. Like, maybe, there's like Derrick Henry, there's a lot of other candidates I would put for MVP, but definitely you would have to put Dak Prescott in there as a candidate for to be an MVP. He's going to compete with Matthew Stafford. But ultimately, it was a good win for the Cowboys. They win 28-31. Then you had the Then you had the late primetime Thanksgiving game. You had the Bengals trying to the Ravens, and the Bengals got a great win here, winning 32-14. Keaton Mitchell, Hudson, Derrick Henry tried to get the Ravens back in the game, but ultimately they were an absolute dumpster fire. Even though Joe Burrow returned for this game, I didn't think that they would bring Burrow back, especially when they haven't had a good season, and Joe Burrow for most of the year has been injured. Like, why would you want to risk more injury? Save it for 2026. But Joe Burrow had a good game, to be honest. He had 261 passing yards. He had 2 touchdowns, 24-46 throws. A great day. But another fucking time when the Ravens were on prime time, they shit the bed. And then you're looking at the switching on now to the Black Friday game, which was Bears football traveling to the reigning defending Super Bowl champions, the Eagles. And the Bears absolutely dominated the Eagles team, especially the offense. This was probably the best offense, probably the best I've seen the Bears, probably the best game they've had. And now, I know I said in my preview, my picks video, that if the Bears do get a win on the road here against the Eagles, you've got to definitely have them as a contender. And now they're at the top of the seed of the NFC. You cannot go against the Bears now. Now again, the Bears, whoever they play next, they probably will lose because they've gone Bears football. But here, Caleb Williams, he had 154 passing yards, could have done better there. But he didn't have a bad he didn't have a bad day. And again, if you start playing Monongai and Roma Dunzio and start playing playing to Caleb Williams' strengths, this Bears team is pretty good. Now I know defensively they're not all that yet, but ultimately hopefully that's going to come, and maybe you're going to move away from Dennis Allen as your defensive coordinator and bring somebody else in. But Monongai had a couple of touchdowns. Cole Kmet got in on the action, which ultimately you are going to probably move on from a Cole Kmet in the off season. But it was a fantastic day for the Bears. I fucking hate saying that because they're our division rivals. But anyway, switching on to the Sunday games with the 49ers travel to the skid march Shedeur Sanders' NFL debut, his full NFL debut at home. And ultimately, it wasn't a bad game for Shedeur, but again, you've got to look at the cast around Shedeur offensively. Is it good? Like, Judkins is good. Like, Judkins is a good option to have, but you take away Judkins, like, what the fuck do they have offensively? So, come on, do you really think Kevin Stefanski is the best guy to develop and nurture Shedeur Sanders? And if I'm the Browns, are you really taking a quarterback in 2026, knowing that you took two quarterbacks in this draft? You took two quarterbacks in the last draft. The draft class is even worse in 2026. I think ultimately you should be going for more weapons. But, the 49ers have been doing fantastically well here. You've had Jennings getting on the action, McCaffrey. Matt Gay had a field goal to make it 26-8. Brock Purdy had 168 passing yards, 16 out of 28 throws. He had, 2 touchdowns this game. He didn't have a bad game. Then we had the Rams traveling to the Panthers. This was a great win for the Rams at home, for the Panthers at home. Bryce Young had a really good game though. He had 3 passing touchdowns, 15 out of 20 throws, 206 yards. And McMillan got the winning touchdown here to make it 28-31. It was just, again, you're looking at the Panthers here, and they're definitely looking at a playoff contending team this year. And it was like finally in year 3 that Bryce Young has figured it out, which is fantastic for him. Then we have the Texans and the Colts. Now again, this is a division game here, but this was a much needed win for the Texans. Again, they're 3rd in the current seeding of the AFC South, and they really needed that win in their division. It was a great win here. Schultz got in the action with a field goal, and it was 20-16. CJ Stroud 267 passing yards, 22 out of 35 throws, and 1 interception. And again, it's really tight looking at that AFC South now. When you're looking at the Jags, the Colts, the Texans. Then we had the Falcons travel to the Jets, and this was what happened, Jets fans? I thought it was going to be tanking, baby. Jets win here with a late field goal to make it 24-27. You get what you deserve, Falcons, because you know what? You thought that having Michael Phoenix was a good option when he's injury prone and in his mid-20s, and then you go for Kirk Cousins for 3 years, so you deserve what you get, Falcons fans. Then we had the Saints traveling to the Dolphins. Again, keep on tanking there, Saints fans. Oh god. Tyler Shough had 239 passing yards, 26 out of 38 throws. And you got 1 interception, 2 touchdowns. Not a bad game, but again, you don't want to go into 2026 with Tyler Shough as your quarterback. Good win here though for the Dolphins. It looks like they kind of got a rhythm together now, which is good for them. Jacksonville, good. Again, you look at this probably before the game, if I say, oh, Jacksonville here at home, on the road, you thought they would have really slipped up here. They won 25-3, and it's a really good win for Jacksonville. Switching on to the late Sunday games, we had the Cardinals travel to the Buccaneers. Buccaneers win 17-20, 20-17. Bucky Irvin had a good day as well. Then we had basically the Seattle Seahawks destroy the Vikings. It was a complete shutout here, 26-0. So good win for the Seahawks at home. Then we had the Raiders and the Chargers. Again, they didn't seem to stick up the place this time though, but it was a good win for the Chargers, and especially you're looking at what's happened with the Chiefs this week. They needed that win, 31-14. Brock Bowers though had a good game. He had 2 touchdowns in this game. I think him and Genty are definitely the 2 shining lights of this dumpster fire organization. But ultimately, they need a quarterback and a young head coach. Then switching on to the other late afternoon game, we had the Bills travel to the Steelers, And again, it was a complete domination from the Bills. Benson got himself on the action. Coleman, Josh Allen got himself a quarterback screen touchdown. Not a bad day, and the Steelers win. The Bills win 26-7. Now, in my picks, I did say the Steelers would win. I thought that there could be a bit of a slip up here from the Bills, but ultimately the Bills got a good win. Then we go to the fantastic primetime game Sunday of the Broncos and the Commanders. It went into overtime. RJ Harvey got an RJ Harvey in overtime won the game for the Broncos 27-26, and Bo Nix had 321 passing yards, 29 45 throws, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.